Hey guys, Wayne here from Fully Human and welcome back to the channel. Unless you've been hiding under a rock recently, you've probably noticed there's this thing called the plant-based diet and how it's kind of taking over the world right now, or seemingly taking over the world. There's been such a massive trend over the last 12 months, particularly on this plant-based diet and the whole veganism thing. We're seeing products on the shelves that are replacing meat products. We're seeing products like Hungry Jack's and Burger King having burgers that are plant-based, KFC, McDonald's. The list goes on, I think even Wendy's. So obviously this has hit the mainstream big time, and we've got big celebrities, you know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, for example, pushing this plant-based diet. It's seemingly taking over the whole world, and you know, it's a really terrible thing because obviously people's health is declining because of this, and you know, it's a very deficient diet. So it may seem as just going like this in the future, but I've got some really positive news that I've been witnessing here, at least in Australia. There's been a whole range of new products just in the last 3 months coming into the shelves in Australia. So if you're familiar with my channel, you might have seen it about 2 or 3 months ago. I did a video on the carnivore diet on a budget. And just in that short time, I've actually seen a whole range of new butters coming on the shelves, like really high quality grass-fed butters. Now these products were not there at all, and I'm talking there's about 5, 6 or 7 new products that are all like grass-fed, Australian, local in some cases, these butters. And they were not there before. So this is a really short amount of time for so many new products to come onto the shelves. So it just shows you can vote with your dollar, and it may look like there's a big government conspiracy behind this plant-based diet nonsense. But in the end, ultimately, the market is controlled by what people are buying. Nobody's gonna be launching products if nobody's buying it. So for all these new butters and things like pork crackling, for example, as a replacement for like chips or high carbohydrate snack foods, the fact that these are coming into the market shows people there's a demand for these. People are buying these products and people are demanding these products. There's even popular companies such as Flora that previously were only selling plant-based margarines, and now they're even selling butter products, or at least a blend of real butter in there. So obviously this stigma of saturated animal fats is slowly going away. I really think there's a fork in the road in regards to future markets. There's one side of this fork is going down the plant-based route, which I think will be really short-lived. I think it'll just last a few years. It may last up to a decade, but I think it'll only last until people have seen the next generation of children that are being raised on this healthy diet. People are following this whole thing, thinking vegetables and reducing animal fats is good. And unfortunately, sadly, the children are the ones that are going to pay the price. They're going to be the ones that have got sunken in eyes, underdeveloped bodies, crowded teeth, all of those issues that come with the vegan diet. But I think when that's happened, people are going to really wake up, and that is going to be the end of that trend. It'll be a harsh lesson learned in our Western society, and unfortunately, as I said, the children will be having health issues, and they're going to be pissed off at their parents for what they've done to them. They're like, God, why on earth did you put me on this plant-based diet? It's very sad, but that trend will end within the next few years, decade, whatever it is. But on the other side, I think we're seeing this other fork in the road, which is an increase in people eating animal fats, such as butter in this case. And I think people are really waking up. They're realizing this whole saturated fat is nonsense. They're realizing that the meat is not that bad for you, or not bad for you at all, which it isn't. And I think that's why these new products are coming on the market. I think also the whole keto diet is growing and growing. The whole low carb thing is growing and growing. People are seeing the benefits from these diets. It's a growing thing, and I think that is going to be the long-term market trend of people buying these healthy foods, which is fantastic. I think people should be giving these foods to their children. They shouldn't be denying them these high quality nutrients which they need. So talking about agendas, like I've been thinking about it and looking around a lot in regards to, do I think there is some sort of government agenda behind this? And I'm not 100% sure. Like, I don't think it is. I think that there is more of a market, you know, it's a market thing. It's about the money. Like I said in my last video with the Arnold Schwarzenegger one, it's just the companies that are selling grains and all these very highly profitable food items. They're the ones that are pushing, you know, the vegan and plant-based diets, because they're going to benefit from that ultimately. The only reason I would see the government do this is that they could possibly benefit from people being a little bit more brain fogged. It might help them be just more controllable as workers. You know, we need a workforce for the world to function. But I think the more realistic issue that we have in the world right now is overpopulation. And obviously feeding 7 billion people is becoming a problem, especially water. Water is becoming a really limited resource, and you know, food correlates with water. You need water to grow food, whether it's meat or plant-based. So I think that would be the only reason why the government would possibly look at, you know, pushing the plant-based diet, is because ultimately people become sterile when they go 1 or 2 generations on a plant-based diet. It's guaranteed it'll eliminate generations. So I think it's possible that is the case, but I wouldn't worry about agendas too much. I really think just vote with your dollar, and you can see that these markets change. So I just wanted to bring that good news to the table, because I think there's so much negativity around this whole plant-based thing, but you can see there's already changing markets. And I would love to hear what you guys experience. If you, in your particular city, are you seeing more of these sort of animal-based products in your supermarket, such as butter? Are you seeing more of these things, or are you just seeing more plant-based foods and a decline in these animal-based foods? Please comment below, let me know, and I'm going to be back really soon with more videos, promise. Cheers.